welcome back to Old School. Today we're going to be in Being Human 127. So I know that what we're going to talk about today doesn't seem like it fits in the emotional space, but bear with me and I think you'll see that it totally can. And it actually can cross some boundaries, but for right now, for me and the time in my life when these things came about, emotional was a really good space. I'm going to talk about, in a series of probably 3 parts, boxes. During COVID, we all got a lot of packages and shipments, but for several years now, I have received various boxes. I have ones that are clothing, ones that are fitness products or health products or beauty products, or they're the cause box, which is driven by the entities that made them, supporting, underprivileged or underserved communities, or being good to the environment through the items that come in those boxes. So I enjoy them, and I think there are some myths out there about them. For example, the one I'm going to discuss today is Stitch Fix. And there are several ones out there. I don't know the names of all of them, but there are several ones where you get a stylist and they pick out outfits for you and they send them to you on some sort of timely basis. And a lot of folks believe that these are insanely expensive and not a good value in that regard. The thing is with Stitch Fix, and it has changed and grown over time, but you get a stylist, they stick with you, you go through so many things in preparation for them making picks for you in regard to your height, your weight, where your waist lands, how your body shape is, going through copious amounts of pictures so that you can kind of pick things that are in your lane or your style, or maybe you want them to create some new style for you depending on your season in life, or if you're looking for things for work, or if you're looking for casual, or constantly going to glamorous events and you want to have boxes that go along that way. And they do the gamut of clothing: shirts, pants, skirts, dresses, shoes, purses, jewelry, jackets. They've now started doing like fitness gear and lingerie. I simply use them for the clothing part. I actually don't want them to pick my shoes or jewelry or accessories. I'm a hands-on person in that regard. I want to go in and look at all the little pockets and things for purses, and I'm kind of picky about jewelry. I don't wear a ton of jewelry, but when I do, I like silver or platinum, that kind of thing. So I just as soon, leave out of 5 items that I get quarterly, I would like to leave it in the clothing realm to add to my closet. I happen to do Stitch Fix once a quarter, so 4 times a year I get 5 pieces. I add 20 pieces to my wardrobe. Now that sounds like a lot, and it sounds like a lot of money. However, the $20 they charge for your stylist comes off even if you only buy 1 item. So if you buy a $50 item, it's only $30 because you get the $20 back for buying something. If you choose to keep all 5 items in the shipment, you get not only the $20 back, but you get 25% off, which typically, and sometimes even lower, but typically brings down each piece to less than $30. And that means sometimes in that shipment, a pair of jeans that are $100, you know what I mean, to get them, averaged out to $30 per piece is fabulous. And these are not low quality items. These are high quality items. They have the tag, the original manufacturer on them, as well as the Stitch Fix tag, so you can see where they're from. They're brand new. It's not an exchange, and they're really high quality. I used to make fun of people spending hundreds of dollars on jeans, thinking, "Oh, how different can they be? Give me my 501s," which is dating me, but whatever. And but I received my first pair of jeans years ago from Stitch Fix, and oh my Lanta, man, the texture and how they feel on you, I just can't say enough. And I'm not saying you have to spend hundreds. I'm just saying the ones they happen to pick are really fabulous. And I have probably 2 dozen pairs by now. I'm mostly a dress and blouses, and those are my favorite kind of pieces. So that's where I lean, and I give them all that information through pinning to my Pinterest board, and you can attach it to your Stitch Fix stylist so that they can see what you want in the style of clothes. And after all these years, they really have me down pat. I rarely get a fix that has any items I want to give back. There might be some that I'm like, yeah, that's okay. But for the most part, I get them, and I'm just madly in love. Then recently, I want to say it's only in the last year, it could have been longer, my brain, whatever. You can go in, and before they pick it and ship it, they show you what they're gonna pick or what they're gonna pick from. And they let you say yes or no. And I like to go in and pick about 3 of them, unless I'm just madly in love with all 5, and then leave it to them to have some fun. I tell them not to give me the other 2 that are on there. Give me something else. I'll leave it to your discretion. And again, they do not disappoint. So this brings me joy in the sense that, I don't know how all of you are, but having to go try things on, and sometimes you're not, happy with your body, or you're not happy, with having to walk out and like keep changing clothes there, when you can do it like in the privacy of your own home when you get your fix, because you can return the items. You're not out for that. And I love that. And during COVID in particular, it was great because I could still get some new pieces. And even though we weren't able to go out, or if I had to go out and wear a mask, and I wasn't a fan, and I won't get into all that, but it just brings me joy, because I've always wanted to have kind of a private stylist, somebody who can help me kind of pick some things out that might look good on me. And they have some pictures of me from my Instagram and stuff. They have my Pinterest stuff, and they have sent some things that I thought initially I wouldn't like. Like, I'm not a huge fan of blue. Well, I got a couple of pieces that were blue, and I couldn't get enough positive comments and feedback from folks. And I have gray eyes, which are the kind of eyes that change the color with what you have on. That's why they look so dark when I'm wearing black. They go to kind of a steel blue looking color. So, blue is actually really good with my good color wheel one for me. And I thought I was always more warm colors. So, you just don't know. And you get into a rhythm though, and you start to get somebody who knows your stuff. And I love it. I don't have to buy any other clothes anyplace else. This is enough to supplement my wardrobe, and they're high quality pieces that don't shrink or get all warped whenever I do laundry. So, I think it's great, and it does feed me emotionally. It feeds my self-esteem in the sense of they look good on me. I hear good feedback, and I've got a rhythm with my stylist. I'm not saying that spending a bunch of money or buying clothes are going to make me feel more valuable and better as a human being. I'm just saying it's nice, like makeup. It's a choice and how much you want to wear, but it can make you feel better. It can lift your spirits, and that's what this does for me. That's what all my boxes do for me. But my Stitch Fix box is just so awesome. It's probably my favorite. It's the one that's been the stalwart all the time. Some of the boxes have come and gone, and I'll go over those and their value, because really this is being a good steward of money as well, in the sense that if I'm out at the store and I'm shopping, I might start picking up a bunch of other stuff, where this keeps me a little confined. It goes, because the same stylist goes with the other pieces I've gotten before. So it's really great. It's got really great pairings. Some of the little covers or jackets I've gotten intermix with the different other fixes. And so it's just really, it's a good steward in the sense that I'm not spending a whole bunch of additional money, because like when you go to the grocery store and you like pick up all the impulse stuff up at the front, or you go buy a bunch of stuff if you don't stick to your list. So this keeps me sticking to my list. And I'll go over the outfits of my last one in this video in a little bit too. And you can see, how that feeds the, the style I've told them to follow. And so for me, this covers being a good financial steward and the financial health. It covers the emotional, and it covers physical, because it reinforces for me that the exercise and the things that I'm doing keep me in the lane I need to be in. Because this is one of the first places you can see if your body changes are going well, is in how things fit, in my opinion. I think the scale can get kind of ugly and mean, and I have to put it in a corner occasionally. So I like how things fit, and I'm able to stay in that pattern. I have not had to change my sizes or my body type or what have you for the most part while I've been on Stitch Fix. So that's awesome too. So I can just keep my wardrobe pieces nice. That I don't have to rotate them out very often, and because it's quarterly, I get seasonal pieces, which works out really well too. So I will go over some of the other the pieces that come with this, and then I'm going to have a couple more box videos to go with this one as follow-ups, so you can see some of the other things that, it just is. It's fun. It's fun to get a gift in the mail. Just come home to a little box waiting for you. It's fun to know that you've stayed inside of a good budget, and you also have a way of expressing your style and who you are, because when you go out to the store, you might not be able to find that. That's the other thing, is how I like certain things cut, how I like a certain top to fit, or a skirt or jeans for me. And they have the gamut. You get to go in, and there could be 12 different styles of jeans, and so you don't have to feel like when you go to a particular store and they only have 3 types of jeans or 5 types of jeans, and they really aren't in keeping with your particular body style, or where the waist lands, or what have you. That you go in and they're all skinny jeans, and that's not my aisle. So these have been joy bringing for me. They have helped me be a good steward, and they've helped me just feel good overall, a good mindset, a good emotional set, and a good, just a good opinion of how my body feels in them. So I will show you the rest of the Stitch Fix, and then we'll cover the other boxes, and you can see where these are impacting all the areas of my life and can impact all the areas of your life. Here is one of the first outfits in this particular Stitch Fix. I love like little summer dresses, spaghetti strap. I really love how the back of this one looks. Again, this has some blue, and I'm not necessarily a blue fan, but they've sold me on the choices that this particular stylist makes for me. So one of my favorites out of this particular fix, both this top and this white jean skirt were part of this fix as well. And I did get to pick this. I said a skirt. I didn't necessarily say white, but I do love it.
And we are very happy to announce that you also get to have an amazing deal of $25 off of your next Stitch Fix order if you use the link that we will put in the description box down below. That is right. That is $25 off your next box of Stitch Fix. $25. If you have any further questions regarding that link, feel free to email us at the business email that we will also leave linked in the description box down below.
If you're interested in trying out a Stitch Fix. Okay, so this is the first box. We will watch 2 more videos on my other boxes. I don't know if that might extend, but for right now, just those other 2. If you like this content, if you can hit subscribe, the like. If you don't want notifications, I understand you don't have to hit the bell, but all of it again goes parallel with my book and going through each of the quadrants, the emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual, and would just really be beneficial to me when it comes to publishing my book. So if you're willing to, that would be awesome. You don't even have to watch every one of the videos, although I think you could have some fun watching at least some of them. So thank you for coming again. Thank you for being in class, and class dismissed.